Welcome back to the next part, which deals with pattern partitions and databases. In the last tutorial, we demonstrated how to search for specific patterns in a set of melodies. However, one might ask, how many particular patterns and which patterns are used in a solo or in a set of solos? Using the pattern partition mode of the MeloSpyGUI, you can automatically extract all occurring patterns based on some user-definable constraints. Let's start with an example. We want to look for all patterns in the solos of Miles Davis. We first select the solos by Miles in the Data tab and then switch back to the Partition tab under Process Pattern. We like to analyze chordal pitch class patterns for now, which are the pitch classes in reference to the underlying chord. So we enter CPC in the transformation field. Then we decide about the minimum length of a pattern. A short pattern is less significant than a long one, but really long patterns that occur more than once will be rare. So let's say we look for patterns of at least 5 notes. The maximum length is internally fixed to 30 notes and cannot be changed here. A pattern is more interesting if it could be found several times. So let's say a pattern should at least occur 3 times to be of any interest to us now. So we enter 5 in the minimum length field and 3 in the minimum number of occurrences field. Then we have to decide if a pattern should appear in more than one solo. One could be interested in pre-configured and pre-rehearsed patterns in one particular piece, or simply in favorite patterns of Miles Davis. For now, we enter 2 in the field minimum number of sources. Next, we can choose if we want to receive a complete list of all patterns or to get some overall statistics. Let's stick for the moment with the default setting, which is the list format. Let's give it a go and hit Process. Partitioning is a rather elaborate process, so we might have to wait a bit longer depending on the size of the set of melodies. Actually, with 8 Miles solos, it's quite fast. Let's have a look at the results. We see a list of all instances of all patterns that occur at least 3 times in at least 2 different solos, which gives about 37 entries. Each entry is equipped with some useful information for the particular pattern instance, in which solo and when exactly it occurs, its length, its frequency, and of course the pattern itself. Note that each instance is only listed if it is not a proper subpattern of a longer pattern. Hence, all patterns are filtered out that fulfill the specified criteria only because they are part of a longer pattern that also fulfills the criteria. But if they occur at least once somewhere else, they are kept. Now let's restrict the conditions a bit, just for fun, by demanding occurrence in at least 3 solos. This time the result set is much smaller. In fact, there are only 2 patterns, 0, 10, 9, 7, 0 and 0, 2, 3, 5, 7. The first is a descending Mixolydian scale, the second is an ascending minor tetrachord. Well, it seems that Miles is not using many CPC patterns. You could check if this is also true for interval patterns. Try also to use the scale filter, which suppresses any scale-like patterns in the output. If you are interested in all possible n-grams that occur in the selected set of melodies, you can retrieve them with the database option. The main difference to the partition mode is that proper subpatterns are not filtered out. Let's look at chordal pitch class pentagrams for Miles. Switch to the Database tab and enter CPC in the transformation field. Then enter 5 in the maximum and minimum length fields. Then enter 1 in the minimum number of occurrences field. This time we choose stats as output format. Okay, let's press Start Processing. Let's have a look at the results. You see a list of all pentagrams in all solos, even those occurring only once. That's indeed much more. Well, this is the end of this tutorial. Thanks for staying with us and watch out for new tutorials in the near future. You can follow us on Facebook or subscribe to our newsletter on our website. You will find the links below. Bye bye.